This is the Sabbath School lesson for the third quarter 2020.
Lesson 6 for August 1 to 7, ready for teaching on Sabbath August 8, Unlimited Possibilities, read by Dr. Percy Harrold. Thursday, August 6, Growing Our Gifts. Question, read the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, verses 14 to 30. What is the most significant thought that stands out to you in this story? Why were the first two servants commended by God and the last servant condemned? What does this parable tell us about the use of our talents? Particularly notice chapter 25, verse 29. Matthew 25, beginning at 14. For the kingdom of heaven is like a man travelling to a far country, who called his own servants, and delivered his goods to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability. And immediately he went on a journey. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them, and made another 5 talents. And likewise he who had received 2 gained 2 more also. But he who had received 1 went and dug in the ground, and hid his lord's money. After a long time the lord of those servants came and settled accounts with them. So he who had received 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Lord, you delivered to me 5 talents. Look, I have gained 5 more talents besides them. His lord said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord. He also, who had received 2 talents, came and said, Lord, you delivered to me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 more talents beside them. His Lord said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord. Then he who had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you had not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And I was afraid, and went and hid your talent in the ground. Look, there you have what is yours. But his Lord answered and said to him, You wicked and lazy servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I have not scattered seed. So you ought to have deposited my money with the bankers, and at my coming I would have received back my own with interest. So take the talent from him, and give it to him who has 10 talents. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the unprofitable servant into the outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And verse 29 once again, For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. The master gave to each servant talents according to their own ability, as it said in verse 15. Each individual received a different amount. One received 5 talents, another 2, and another 1. Each servant had a choice of how to invest or use the talents that were given. Paul puts it this way in 2 Corinthians 8 verse 12, For if there is first a willing mind, it is accepted according to what one has, and not according to what one does not have. For God, what matters isn't so much what you have, but rather what you do with what you have. God commended the first 2 servants because they were faithful in using their talents. Their talents increased with use. The wicked servant did not use the talent the master had given him, and it did not increase. It is an eternal truth, as Ellen White writes in Christ Object Lesson, page 326, The law of service becomes the connecting link which binds us to God and to our fellow men. End of quote. The unfaithful servant squandered his opportunity to serve and ultimately lose the ability to serve. When we use the gifts that God has given us for the glory of his name, they will increase, expand, and grow. How can you discover the gifts God has given you? Humbly ask God to reveal to you the areas He desires you to serve in for ministry. As He impresses you, get involved. Your gifts will grow as you use them, and you will find satisfaction in His service. And so, to finish today, think about this parable and apply it to your life. What, if anything, does it say about what you are doing with what you've been given by God?
Hi there. Thanks for watching this video on the Advent-band Ministries YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be alerted whenever we upload new videos. So, until we meet Him in the clouds, may God continue to bless you.
This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind and Hearing Impaired, Christian Record Services for the Blind, the Sabbath School Department, and Hope Channel. You can also listen on the official Sabbath School 4 app and the Apple iTunes app, Sabbath School with Percy Harrold. Remember, God is always faithful.